So my name is Caroline Foster, and I started the Uplift Tribe 4 years ago. Still hard to believe that I've literally been a coach for that long. But one night, Brian and I were just at dinner, and he was asking me, like, what is your dream job? I love my job now. It's fun working in marketing, but I knew I wasn't necessarily want to be there long term. And so he was like, what's your dream job? And I was like, well, honestly, like, I love women and I love fitness, and I don't really know how that comes together, but like, there's this girl I follow on Instagram, and you know, I would love to be her in 4 years from now when we have kids and a family. And her name was Michelle Myers, and I followed her on Instagram. She was and is a mom, and her husband's a pastor, and I just loved how she glorified God and served women in health, but was still an amazing mom. And so, long story short, reached out to her. She told me all about Beachbody and how she was a coach, and I literally signed up right then and there because I loved her. And so, I think from the moment that I signed up, it was really about like, hey, I want to create a team and a community that ultimately brings God the glory. And coming especially from a secular work environment, I think like I wanted to be able to serve women in fitness and be able to like point them to Jesus ultimately, and be able to talk about that openly, and not be this thing that's kind of like part of me, but part I have to kind of hide in a way. And so it has been just so cool to see how God's brought it all together. And the Uplift Tribe is really all about helping women find freedom in their fitness and their faith, in their finances, in every area of their life. Even in their schedules, just those simple things of being able to work from home and run a business. And so it's been really cool just to see how God's, in His own creative way, brought everything together. So me and Brian were dreaming that day and talking, and we're dreamers, so we're always talking about things and what do we want to do with our lives. But it's always been my goal to be a stay-at-home mom. But at the same time, I never, I think stay-at-home moms who can stay home and that's all they do, that's amazing. But I kind of wanted to have something, and so, and two, to be honest, like we needed to have that we needed that income. We can't just, me up and quit and live off of his. And so I really came into this being like, I want to build a business, be able to stay home, have the flexibility to take my kids to the zoo or work 2 days a week if I wanted to, or just whatever works for our family, and still be able to use my passions and my gifts of, serving women in health and being able to, show up and point them to Jesus. And so really that's my why. And I think really what it comes down, I guess if you were to sum up my why, it's really about, having freedom for my family and my schedule to be able to be there with my kids. That's what fuels me every day, is to know that like that's the opportunity that's in front of me, and knowing that I get to use those passions to like, hey, it's not about just working out with these women and getting them connected to a great workout program. That's awesome, but I want them to come into this knowing that they're already beautiful. I'm just helping them have tools and resources to like get to maybe a little more of a place of discipline or self-care, or just have more energy. Like, it's not about looking a certain way, it's about really truly like having that energy to chase after your kids and just feel beautiful and confident. And so it's just been so, I didn't even know the opportunities God was going to open up with all this. Like, it's pretty amazing. These women are incredible, and it's just been so cool. I met all these ladies through Instagram. Like, let's be real. Like, who would have thought social media would be so awesome? But, it's been so cool just to see how I met these women through Instagram. Some of these girls, Bree, she sent me an Instagram message, comes over to my house for coffee. We find out we live 5 minutes from each other. Same thing with a lot of the girls on the team. I've got people on my team from Delaware and Texas and states I've never even been to, but God brought us together through social media. And I think that, it's just amazing to see how God does that. I have people on my team who I've literally known my whole life. I've had people on my team that I just met. And so it's just so cool. I think the beautiful thing is that every single one of us are really doing the same thing if you think about it. We're all leading our businesses, wanting to be an arrow back to Jesus, wanting to help women feel beautiful, wanting to help them, find tools and resources to help them get fit and healthy. But the thing is that you're never going to see us being competitive about that. It's not about who makes more money or who has more people in their challenge groups or who has more coaches. Like, we're a community and we're all cheering each other on, and we know that like there's people on our team who just do it for the discount, and there's people on our team who just do it as a hobby, and there's people on our team who, like me, are trying to run as fast as they can because they want to make this their full-time job. But we all cheer each other on, and that true like community over competition. I know that we say that all the time, but like it is so true on our team. And I think even cooler is that it's really about serving people in health and fitness. When we talk about things that Beachbody does, like Success Club, which is basically where you're connecting people to a challenge group and things like that, we have our own terms for those things. We call it the Changing Lives Club, and we turn it into our own little sayings because that's what our team's about. And so I think that, you know, Uplift stands for living in freedom together. And like I said, that's freedom in your fitness, freedom in your finances, freedom in your family, freedom in your schedule, all of those things. And I just think that's so powerful. And ultimately, obviously, freedom in Christ. That's what it's all about. And so, yeah, I just love my team. You know, I started out in this business, and obviously challengers was my number one thing. Like, I was working with people, helping them lose weight. And it's funny because as my business has grown, to be real with you, like bringing on coaches is one of my new favorite things. Like, I love mentoring women and helping them start their businesses because honestly, I learned the hard way. The first year I was in this business, I was trying to, you know, grind. I was YouTubing everything. I was like, how do I figure this out? I'd take any free course I could. And so I feel like I do have this like wealth of knowledge from just kind of going through it the hard way. Brian and I have started other businesses before that have failed and ones we've sold. And so we've learned a lot along the way. And so what I do is, you know, when someone signs up, they get all these trainings in the beginning. I do 4 weeks of calls with them. Each week I invest at least 30 minutes to an hour calls with them to help them get going. And then from there I have mastermind calls. We have weekly team calls. We have guest speakers. You know, we have team retreats like this. We have Summit. We're having in Indiana this year. So there's so many things that we do to make sure that every single coach has everything they need to be successful. Now, if they take it and use that, that's up to them. But we do everything we can to make sure that they have everything they need to understand the business, to understand social media, to understand email marketing, all those aspects that they need. So I think that, you know, a lot of times when people are contemplating becoming a Beachbody coach, they just think, oh, I'm just gonna become a coach with this person I know. But honestly, your success does hinge on so much on who you sign up with. You know, I have friends who they signed up with Beachbody and they joined another team, and their team's very different. It's all about, you know, what you look like and who's selling more stuff and that pressure of selling and that pressure of, you know, hitting certain rankings. And like, I'm so thankful every single day. I'll first and foremost say for my mentor, Michelle, because you know, everything the Uplift Tribe is because I got that confidence from her, and she mentored me and has walked with me through this. But, you know, the Uplift Tribe, like, is so much different. And number one, if you sign up for this team, you're getting a upline coach who is so dedicated to this business. And like right now, this is my main focus of like, I'm running as hard as I can to make this a successful business. And also on top of that, like you're always, every single day you're gonna be reminded that this is about bringing God glory. And we're never gonna ask you to post pictures in your bikini or post, you know, things that make you feel uncomfortable. If you wanna do that, that's fine. But, you know, we're never gonna ask you to do those things or to sell. It's all about sharing your journey with people. And literally, I tell people a good coach is someone who is literally, I mean, they're one step ahead and they're just looking back and helping that person get to where they are right there. And so you don't have to have it all together. You could have just started working out in fitness. You could have, or just started working in fitness. You could have just started working out like yesterday, but you're still one step ahead of that person who's laying on their couch today. And you know, maybe you work out at the gym and you love those workouts. Like there's so many ways that you can use Beachbody to fit into what you're doing. And so if, you know, long story short, the Uplift Tribe is just a really special place because we're never going to pressure you in any of those ways. And it's really, again, all about building community and ultimately in Christ. So, yeah, I love the team. I didn't even pick this mug out, but it's kind of perfect. Jesus Sweat Coffee, that's our motto.
This is real love. This is real love. is real love. This is real love.